What's up, guys, and welcome to the Back 40. We've got everybody in-house this week. I know for the past couple weeks, we've been missing at least one person, so we got everybody this week.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
Andy, what's going on with you?
Hey, it's been it's been busy this week. By the time you all hear this, I will have started school. We will have started last Thursday. Is first day with kiddos. Last Wednesday was opening day for staff, and we've had trainings all week. So it's been busy.
Yeah.
As of today, we got all my rooms set up, and we got everything ready for our open house tomorrow.
Nice.
So it's been busy.
Heck yeah.
We start tomorrow.
Y'all start tomorrow?
Wait,
We
y'all.
have our open house. We have a system initiative Friday, and then
Lord
kids come
have
in
mercy.
next Tuesday.
Oh my gosh.
Tier, summer's
Summer's
gone.
over,
Just-
man.
Just in
Summer's
case
over.
anyone was wondering, summer's dead.
Gone. Literally vanished.
Can I start wearing flannel now?
Dude, do it. You're going to sweat your butt off, but do it.
Honestly, yeah. Let's just skip August and September and get to Halloween.
Bro, my wife is literally already wanting to decorate for fall.
She should. Absolutely.
Okay, so I have a question. Andy, I know your mom is like all about season trends, stuff like that. Like, your mom can decorate like nobody's business, bro. I bet she's itching to just throw up some like red and yellow leaves everywhere and
you want
just
me-
call it fall already.
Do you want me to be honest with you? So
Yes.
she... Now, hear me out. I need you to hear me out when I say
Okay,
this.
okay.
We're
Listen.
going to put up our Christmas tree and like next week.
No, you're not.
And we're going to take down all of the Christmas decorations and make it like a season tree. So it's going to be like fall Halloween themed, and then it'll be more Thanksgiving themed.
I know
and
you're
it'll
lying.
be Christmas themed.
I know you're lying.
I'm not. That's what's going to happen.
So let me get this straight. Y'all are putting up your Christmas tree at the very end of summer.
You would be correct.
Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
You would be correct.
Oh, dang.
She's definitely that woman that's like, okay, summer's coming to an end. Time for Christmas.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Wait,
Well,
she
heck,
decorates
it's been so
just
freaking
skips fall?
hot.
Just straight to Christmas?
Yeah, straight to
No,
well,
she likes fall.
well, he was saying like that they'll like put up their Christmas tree but do different styles before Christmas of decorations
Halloween
with the
Christmas
tree
I
up.
like that idea. Nothing wrong with that.
What'd you say?
He said there's nothing wrong with that.
I bet
The
Bethany's
day-
the same way though.
Yes, the day after Halloween is Christmas. It's officially Christmas. Like, we don't even recognize Thanksgiving as a national holiday. we just eat.
We just eat.
We just eat.
It's a
I know
national
Dayton's
day where
mad
just
about
everybody
this.
eats.
Mad about what? What am I mad about?
The fact that Alex just said the day after Halloween is Christmas. But that's
We had a whole episode about that.
Right.
I'm
curious about all that. Go back to season 1 and listen to that. 'Cause
So if
we got into it there.
so if any of y'all want to get on Twitch right now, we've got a slew of chat right now.
Do we really?
People, but I can't see chat.
Hey guys,
You can't see it. How can you not see it?
I have a very old laptop, and for me to toggle back and forth between tabs is strenuous. So if anyone asks a question directly to me or anything, y'all gonna
answer.
have to let me know. Yeah,
I'll
well,
answer.
no, you're gonna have to let me know that someone.
Oh no.
Like we've got
No,
8
doesn't seem
people
important.
watching.
They're gonna be like, Dayton, what's your dream goal? I'm gonna be like, he really wants to.
I really want to. My lifelong dream is to be a male stripper.
He wants to go back to Bethel and be a teacher for Renaissance, and he wants to work directly under Megan. And he wants to be the like vocal coach. That's his dream.
Chippendales.
I will neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, I can't see the Twitch
I know
chat,
I
but
got
I'm
these
just.
There's no shame in that.
Even-
I'm just saying.
You're on Twitch and you cannot see the chat. That's weird.
It could just be user error. Let's get real. It's me.
They said they can't see the chat.
Me. Oh,
I'm
I
just
see it
looking at
now.
myself.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
I see it now.
There you
Oh,
go.
I see it now. Hello there. So yeah, but that's pretty much been my week. It's just been a crazy amount of setup and prep for school. I'm sure Alex has
Nice.
been similar.
Yep, I'm about
Yeah,
to start
dude.
that.
So what is the actual first day of school?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
We'll be there at 7:45, and we'll all gather in the lunchroom, and we'll just go, "How do you do?" And then we're gonna listen to the principal talk for 2 hours, and then we're gonna go back to our rooms and put it all together.
No, like for the kids.
then-
For the kids, sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, he didn't. That's fine, but yeah. Anyway, well, when they come next Tuesday,
Okay.
it'd be just like a normal day, like nothing ever happened. They'll come in and I will have their name tags on their desk ready to go, and we'll take their backpacks off, and they'll start putting them up and all
Heck
that.
yeah.
We'll go get breakfast,
Heck yeah.
and then we'll have our. This is Mr. Brooks, yada 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 yada, and this is what you're going to be doing for 365 days. So 176 days.
176 days. So
Hey, Alex, when's lunch? When's lunch in your schedule?
all
Never.
day. All day.
Lunch is all day.
All
We
day.
have lunch around.
If you ever heard Alex like talk about his day, you would kind of think that lunch is all day, because the amount of times I've heard this man be like, "Man, you remember those like big tubs of cheese puff balls?" I was like, "Yeah."
I
He was
remember.
like, "Man, that feeling you get when you eat too much?" He's like, "Yeah, I just had that at school one day because I'd look down and all the cheese puffs were gone."
I remember it was toward the end. It was toward the end of last year, and it was right before Alex's school went on Christmas break. And I promise I'm not lying. At 9:30 in the morning, this man sent me a snap, and he was walking to one of the events he was doing at the school and had nachos in his hand. And I responded with, I said, "Are you eating nachos at 9:30 in the morning?" He said, "Yeah, what's wrong with that?"
Yeah, every Friday is nacho snack day, and at 9:30 we have snack time and we have nachos.
Good God. Look,
great.
if you've ever
I love it, dude.
if you ever get the chance to game with Alex, this man's always eating. Like every time we get up in the chat and we're fixing to play some Dead by Daylight or something, all you hear is this bag. He's just opening up with some chips.
Eating them.
Yep. Oh, and then
Yeah.
it's never gonna fail. Probably about 7 seconds later, he's gonna go.
Never fails.
Never
As a matter of
fails.
fact, one time I was, the giant thing of cheese balls that you were talking about, Dayton, I had one in my
Yeah.
class, and we was in.
That was
free
Andy,
time,
but
and I
it's
was
all
just-
good.
I think you both talked about it, but it's fine. I don't know.
I was talking about the nachos, but you just keep talking, but it's fine. We love you.
Well, those
You're
two.
wrong.
This would apply to those. Anyway, I ate a whole thing of them in one day, and at the end of the day, I was it was like free time. Everybody's on their Chromebooks and their iPads, And I ate the last cheese ball. And I look and I go, "Oh my gosh!" I was like, "Can I have your attention? Y'all let me eat this whole thing of cheese balls?" Did nobody stop me? Did nobody go, "Mr. Brooks, you ate 3/4 of that cheese thing today. You might want to slow down a little bit." Nope, not a word. Not a word.
Dang.
Oh my gosh.
It's all your fault.
Oh shoot.
Oh,
All right,
That's
so
funny.
so for everybody that is watching, all 8 of you,
9.
9.
I'm on.
Gotcha.
1, 2.
It says 8 right here. Maybe you're one of them.
Maybe I need to log in.
But
It's on here.
this turned out to be a test that ended up being an episode. So I guess we're just gonna jump into it because we actually had something to talk about tonight.
Thanks for asking me about my week, Nick.
Hey, you know what, Dayton? Why don't you just go ahead and tell us all about your week? Because I'm actually curious.
I haven't done anything this week, but
Well, it is Monday, so it's the beginning of the week.
Still nice to be included.
Hey. So, okay. How about this? How about you tell us how your weekend was?
Weekend was good. I spent most of it with you because me, you, and Tanea went to go see Where the Crawdads Sing, and my wife has still not forgiven me for watching that movie without her.
And that sounds like a real hell. I'm gonna be honest.
I explained the whole thing to her, like, hey, I wanted to see Nope, but we got to the theater a little late for me to watch Nope, so I just watched it.
No, didn't you?
That's good, Alex, for you.
We just watched Where the Crawdads Sing with Nick and Tanea. That was a good movie.
It really was.
That was a really good movie.
It really was.
Anyway, and then, yesterday I went to church. It's just pretty standard fare weekend.
There you go.
Today I went to work. Yep.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Dayton.
Thank you for asking, Nick.
So
back to you guys at the studio.
Back to you. I kind of want to get on here and just do like a news style episode. I really do.
I don't think we
I want to throw up a green screen and everything. And all of us just wear suit and ties.
I do want to do this though. This would be a really cool idea, and I know I've seen other people do it, but I really want us to do it. I want us to make our own commercial, but we have to draw out of a hat what the product is and what the theme of the commercial is.
Gosh.
And then we'll just figure things out.
I'm scared of that.
Sounds like
when I
scenes from a hat, but with a twist.
And then just make it just super serious.
Yeah, like one I saw. Well, I'm shocked I said that. One I saw, he pulled out of a hat. It was
She recognized it.
It was a log. He had to sell a log, like a piece of wood.
Oh, okay.
Straight up log. And then the theme was like patriotic or something. And he just came in the room. He's like, "What would you do with this log? Would you hit someone with it?" Dude, he just kept going the pun off of wood. Dude, I want you to know I was crying. Bro, I was crying. I was laughing so hard.
Dude, I would just walk, like, the way I would do it, I would just walk up into a place or just walk on camera and be like, if you don't buy this log, then you're not American.
That's what he said. If you don't buy this log, then you're not American.
You're a commie. Or just something stupid, like just something that bleeds red, white, and blue would say, like, you're not American.
Andy, I got to tell you something. Tell you something funny. I think I mentioned it before the podcast, but I want to say it while we're actually recording. So you have mentioned to me before that it is strange that I associate songs with the video games that they are in. You think that it is like funny that I remember the video game that songs are in, and I have an entire playlist of just songs that were in video games that I played.
That part is the more weird part. Not necessarily the association, the fact that you went out of your way to make a playlist of your favorite.
Nerd! We're not going to talk about that. I will say, just a bit of validation for me though is that my youth pastor, Brother Steve, I'm shouting you out right now because I know you're listening.
Brother Steve
Came to me and he was telling me, he's like, I was listening to a couple episodes back and y'all were talking about old games, and you'll start talking about Need for Speed Underground 2, and I couldn't place where I remembered that game from until y'all started singing Black Betty, and then I'm like, oh, that was a good game. So I felt very validated when he said that.
Oh yeah. So if we want to get into what we actually had to talk about tonight,
I don't really understand part of what we're talking about tonight. So can someone explain to me the difference between co-op and multiplayer?
All right. So co-op,
you're working together. Multiplayer, you're playing against each other. All right.
Yeah.
That it?
Yeah. He pretty much nailed it.
Thanks, Alex.
Oh man, I'm here for you, bud.
That's a nice hat you got there.
It is.
Is that the back 40 right there?
That was our original logo. Shout out to everyone on the Twitch that can see that.
Hey, So for everyone that is watching us live right now on Twitch, let me show you something real quick. So here is technically our intro. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
We can hear you breathing.
Maybe. So that was our intro. And I guess when we're done, if you're still around, you'll see the outro. But cuckoo. So yeah, y'all want to get into some multiplayer, single player, and co-op? Oh,
Andy's gone.
Andy's gone.
He's still here. He's just, yeah. There we go.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm ready to get into this conversation.
Excuse myself.
Go ahead.
I have a lot of thoughts.
You want to kick it off?
Sure. We'll definitely circle back to talk about some specific thoughts and specific games, but I think that overall, are you wanting to know my preference?
Whatever you want to talk about it.
I think overall, most people have a better experience when they are playing multiplayer and co-op rather than single player. And I know that depends on the game, but anybody that's a gamer out there, I'm sure they can attest to the fact that some games are designed to be multiplayer and co-op games, and single player game modes were added later just for people who wanted to play the game and didn't necessarily have anyone else to play with. So I think overall, my personal experience, I have more fun playing multiplayer and co-op. Specifically, Dead by Daylight solo queue sucks on that game. Unless you're a killer main and that's your only option. Survivor solo queue sucks because you never know who you're going to end up with. And even though it's co-op, you're not on comms if you're playing by yourself, single player. So you are co-op with other people online, but you're not necessarily all wanting to accomplish the same goal in that specific game. A lot of selfish players, solo queue Survivor. So my experience, I prefer multiplayer and co-op as to single player.
Yeah. Andy, Alex, who wants to jump in here?
I'll jump in. I really enjoy co-op play. I do play multiplayer a lot. When me and Andy played It Takes Two together, we played co-op. Dude, that game was so much fun.
It was so weird, but so much fun.
It was weird, but it was like because you're battling inside a vacuum cleaner and stuff, and just toys and everything. But the togetherness that you had to work with each other was really good. Mm-hmm. And it's not the same way if you flip the roles because it's different for each character. So I would say that if you want like a good co-op game, It Takes Two is like amazing. It's a really good game, and I just enjoy that cooperative gameplay better than multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. That is actually what has started this debate that we're seeing within the community, which is, are co-op games dead? Are they coming back? Can they compete with the demand for more single-player or more multiplayer games? So that's kind of where this topic came from when I recommended it.
I don't mean to butt in, but I do think that, first of all, co-op games are not dead. I think too many people and too many players of these games enjoy co-op that I don't see co-op modes dying anytime soon. But I will agree with the notion that there should be more single-player games. But the issue I have is that there aren't a ton of just really well-done single-player games. Yeah. That's my stance for the time being.
For me, it's like I'm always in a different mood. Like if I want just a really good single player game, I might hop into like Skyrim or something. If I want to do something co-op, like Dead by Daylight. If I want to do some multiplayer, some COD, whatever. It's all about what kind of mood I'm in. But I will say this, that I do get the most angry while playing multiplayer, because people have gotten so good at COD now. Like you can't step out within a fraction of a second from behind a corner. Screw you, Alex. Like of a fraction of a second without getting your head blown off. Like you.
Well, I will say this, Nick.
I guess I suck. I don't know. I guess that's what I'm trying to say without saying it.
I'll say this, Nick. I think the maps are smaller, too, than what they used to be.
Well, what was it?
Do you remember that Modern Warfare, I think it was 2, when we fought, when they had Team Deathmatch on the airport? You know how ginormous that map was?
Oh, yeah.
You talk about, like, that. Terminal?
It was huge. Yeah, Terminal, yes.
Yeah.
It was ginormous.
That map was kicking. It was big. Yeah.
And then you have like, what is it called? Shipment something.
Yeah.
Where it's just a bunch of crates. Dude, that is the smallest map I think I've ever. Oh my gosh.
That's my favorite.
But it's like it's nothing but just a solid bloodbath. Like you're gonna die like 57 times. And
it is absolute chaos.
It's chaos, man. Like sometimes my console can't even keep up with it. Like it just freezes up.
Just lags up.
But yeah, it's all about what kind of mood I'm in. If I just want to kill people, I'll get on COD. If I want to, or either that or like Grand Theft Auto, just run around the city and just everybody.
Give me your car!
And then just see if I can get away from the cops.
It's funny because one of my favorite things to do in Grand Theft Auto and in Red Dead, I think you talked about this, Nick, a couple of episodes ago when I wasn't here, but is to
if I know what you're thinking,
go into public places and be not hostile, but just be all up in people's space.
Yes,
and just like bump into them.
Oh,
and they will get so
like I'll straight up go to Valentine to the bar and just like I'll tap like X a few times just to get my stuff running, and then I'll just completely just throw somebody in the floor.
I love it. You go to the casino table and you bump into them, and then they stand up. They're like, What in God's sake are you doing? Easy there, partner.
Yeah. Easy. Whoa there, partner.
There's always that one guy that looks at you and is like, I don't think I like you. I don't think I like you too much.
But then, like, there's also always like that guy that you'll knock straight to the ground, and then he'll get up and he'll just like start running, just
The fight or flight response is real. In that moment, you get to see who like puts their hand on their holster and who's bolting out the door.
Yep.
That happens. That happens in GTA Online too.
Yes.
Like
absolutely.
you'll have some pedestrians that will just absolutely try to like murder you right then and there, and then there'll be some people you'll bump into them and they'll just be like, and run away from you.
Start running.
Now I have figured out in GTA that like a lot of your beach people, like the guys, will square up right up to you. They won't run.
They sure will.
Mainly the people that are always standing around like the little beach fires. Now, if it's just old average Joe just talking about the sales report walking down the street, yeah, he's gonna run.
Y'all, I don't know if I sent this to y'all or not, but there was somebody did a TikTok about just the random things that pedestrians in GTA say, and one of them like got me absolutely rolling. So it was this old guy with a cane, and he was just walking by the guy, and when he got within earshot of him, he says, "I ain't put lotion on since 1973."
Oh my
That's another one.
Can you imagine? You go into the voice studio booth, and they're like, "All right, this is the line you're recording," and you walk out, they're like, "Here's $400. Thank you for your work today."
There's another one. It was a tall white guy, but he was like sagging his pants, and he had a flat bill hat, and he was thugging, right? So he walks by him, and as soon as you're within earshot of the guy, he goes, "My Instagram handle says 1,000 pounds of pressure."
Oh my gosh.
Gosh, I love GTA because of how like amazing the map creation is and how each area feels so different. Because Los Santos is like very good about you can be the big bad guy on the street and all the pedestrians will leave. But if you go to what's Trevor's part? Sandy Shores, something like that.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, they will shoot you on sight if you're walking up by like the car wash area or something. They're like, "You should turn away," and you take one step. Bam, 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 bam. They do not play.
Oh. I saw this one video of it was like somebody actually filmed this, and they were recreating Red Dead Redemption 2.
Red Redemption.
We got that.
I'm Liz Dixit. But they were filming Red Dead Redemption logic in like real life. And they did like a lot of scenarios, and this one, I think what is it, the military fort out there, that like as soon as you get within a certain, like you can cross a threshold and then you got the whole army after you. But
I don't know what the base is.
Right.
I just should call it the Air Force Base.
But he showed himself just walking, and then I guess he got too close to the base to where there was a couple guards that come up after him, and then he hid in a bush outside of that threshold, and then the guards were out there looking for him, and like it does a close up of him down in the bush, like his face is like just right here, and the guard comes down in the bush with him, and the guard's like staring him right in the face, but like the logic is like, you're looking at me, but you don't see me. And so it's like the games are, the logic is like that. And then all of a sudden he stands up, and then he's like, and then he stands up and he's like, "How you doing?" It's kind of the same way with GTA cops. Like as soon as they could be after you, and then as soon as the bar runs out, then you can go walk up and they're like, how you doing? Well, normally the GTA cops don't talk that nicely to you. They're just, "Get out of my way."
I'll never forget.
There's nobody nice in GTA.
was like the first time I ever played the game, and you can like drive into active police situations. And I'm like, oh, I'll try and help him. So they're like in a shootout, and they're trying to hit the guy, and they can't. I'm like, I got this. Bam! All of a sudden, they all turn around. I'm like, oh God!
Oh my gosh!
What's happening?
What's happening?
Oh,
I love that.
that's hilarious. So what are some of y'all's favorite multiplayer games? You ain't got none?
Call of Duty. Call of Duty.
Alex says Call of Duty.
God, this is more co-op, but it's geared towards multiplayer. I just happen to only play with Alex, and that's PGA.
Hey,
2K21.
Dude, that is so much fun. Yeah.
We have the best time, the most dumb time, but the best time playing that game. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna take it back with one that it's got nostalgia to it, whatever you want to call it. But Mario Kart. Come on,
man.
Everybody loved that.
I had Mario Kart for the Wii, and you put your.
Oh, absolutely.
I had the little steering wheel attachment, so I put my controller in there. And man, I was baller on that
Dude,
game.
you talk about like
I loved it.
you talk about like I don't know of a soul that hated Mario Kart. I really don't. And I think
Well, if they hated Mario Kart, they probably didn't have a soul.
Oh, you're probably right.
Yeah. I mean, if anyone said that to me right now, I'd be like, you don't have a soul. But like for me, I think like it was fun to begin with, but like what gave it that extra, like what just what turned it up a notch for me was like all the different power-ups. Like the banana peel. That one always made me just freaking die laughing.
I love the sound effect.
Yep. Or the turtle shell.
Yes.
The turtle shell, you know, like you could totally knock somebody out.
Mm-hmm. I love that video. I think it's a Vine. It's so old, where the person dies and then they just keep getting dropped down, and like everybody has fired their special at the same time. He just keeps getting hit, and every time it's like, oof, bam, oof, bam, oof. I'll have to see if I can't find that. That's so funny.
Dude, talk about special effects. On the Nintendo 64, one of my favorite things is when you play Super Smash Brothers, you would falcon punch somebody off the map, and they would like go so far into the horizon until they like ding, you know, like a little star. Ding.
Absolutely.
I used to love that. Anyway,
Star power is unmatched. I will agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Mario 64, game changer. Like it really was for me. That was probably one of the highlights of my childhood. Now, I technically never owned a Nintendo 64, but my cousin did. So every time I'd go over to his house, like I'm talking like 25-8 on that thing. And I don't think I ever really got far into the game. It was just so much fun running around and messing with everything.
My favorite multiplayer game, I just feel it's kind of redundant for me to mention, but I'm going to do it anyway since that is the topic. Dead by Daylight.
oh yeah,
Good.
Yeah, it's a good
Makes
one.
sense.
It makes sense. You play it all the time.
Makes sense.
Hey, but no, for real. Like Dayton is like getting into, I don't know. I feel like he's getting into like tournament level good at that game. As a killer,
not as survivor.
No, I specified as a killer. Sorry.
Yeah,
as a killer, dude's getting like tournament good. Like he could possibly win money at this.
I'm decent at like I'm I would like to consider myself an above average killer just because of how I research how to play. But I'm actually at a stage right now where I don't have any idea what the next killer I want to play is, because I prestiged all the ones that I was working on, and so I'm kind of at ground level right now. So the past couple times I've been on DVD, I've been playing Survivor just to build up some blood points so I can get a good head start on whatever the next killer is. And that reminded me real quick of my weaknesses in this game. And also, one of the main reasons I started playing killer is because I suck at Survivor. Like, literally, without Iron Will, Bite the Bullet, Quick and Quiet, and Calm Spirit, I'm the first one dead every time. Unless we're playing with Nick.
Was that supposed to mean? That's supposed to mean.
Because Nick will walk up to the killer and then just be like, ah!
Oh yeah. So for everybody watching, like I am that person that you're gonna play games with. Like if it's scary, and for example, Dead by Daylight. If you ever play with me, if the killer is on me, like so like you can see the red light just kind of tailing you. Yeah, it's
terror radius
every time. Like you're gonna be working on a gen or something, and all of a sudden you're gonna hear me in the chat just and then watch me running away from the killer like halfway across the map.
Andy's gonna hate me for this, but I think I'm leaning toward Doctor being my next one.
Ooh,
your favorite killer?
I hate the Doctor.
No, being my next one that I play. I don't.
US killer. I totally understand that.
He shuts down loops.
Doctor.
He's so anti-loot and anti-stealth, and I would consider that to be two of my strong suits. Is my ability to hide in plain sight and my ability to loop the killer. So it's rough. It's rough.
I did play in Survivor the other day. I did have a proud moment that I wish Andy could have been there to watch, but I was playing against a Blight, and I had on the build that I just told, the Calm Spirit, Quick and Quiet, Bite the Bullet, and Iron Will. So I was completely silent, right? And so he was chasing me, and we got into a T and L wall, and there was a gen on the inside of the L wall, and he chased me along the outside of the L wall, and when we got back inside, I just crouched beside the gen, and he walked right by me, and I'm like, I just mind gamed this killer, bro.
Yes, sir.
Ran the other way.
That's
No
funny.
idea I was here.
So, single player games. What do you think?
Red Dead 2 for me.
100%.
Dude, I need to be last on this.
Skyrim is such a good one.
Skyrim is so
also
good.
one of my favorite single player games. Back on the GameCube days, I had Harry Potter Goblet of Fire, and that was a phenomenal
That's a
game.
throwback, bro.
Yeah, man.
That's a throwback right there.
That was a phenomenal game.
Oh, let's talk about new Harry Potter coming out, bro. You mentioned
Oh.
I'm excited. Wow, I'm excited.
Oh.
I did not mean to cut you off like that. I'm so sorry, but you said
No, you
Harry
didn't. You
Potter.
didn't cut me off.
I was like, bro, I cannot freaking wait for that game to come out. Like, dude, it's gonna be so good, so good.
Andy, what about
Anyway.
you?
That's tough. I know I said that last episode. Some of my favorites are the Arkham series, and I still stand by that because that's accurate. I also really like this game called Detroit Become Human. I think it's an exceptional
I've played that.
story game. It's one of those like choose your path kind of games where it has so many different endings, and I love games like that because the replay value is like so high.
Yeah.
The ceiling is so high for replay value.
See, and I'm glad you
I
brought.
let Dayton play it actually when we were in college.
Yeah,
and then I bought it when I got back home and played through it a couple times, a couple different ways, and really enjoyed it.
See, I'm glad you brought that up because like some of my favorite games in the world doesn't necessarily have to be a lot of gameplay, but like story-driven games. Holy crap! Like those are like my books to read. Like I sleep so well, or the exact opposite. If like I get through with like a super good story-driven game, a good one is like Firewatch. Like that's so good. Such a good story to it. Fable, which I know is like my all-time favorite game. There's a really good amount of gameplay in it, but the story, like I think that the story and gameplay balance is very good. Very, very, very good. You want to say something?
As we segue into Alex's portion of answering the single player question, I think because I feel like this will be a good segue for him because I feel like I know what he's going to say. I think that sports games as an entire category, whether it's football, golf, baseball, basketball, I think that those games make for fantastic single player games because you don't have to rely on somebody else to be good at those games. Mm-hmm. Dead by Daylight solo queue, forget about it. Yeah, I mean it's luck of the draw whether you get a good lobby or not. But I mean if you play Madden, if you're good at Madden, you're going to have a good game at Madden. You know? And so I feel like sports games are very, very like solid single player games.
Yeah. All right, Alex.
You know what? Not to cut him off, I do have one more to add.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I know that it'll be on his list too, and it's Jedi Fallen Order. Man, that's a good game.
Yes.
Holy
let's talk about
crap,
something
that's
else.
a good game.
While I get another game in mind, everybody. Yeah, let's just do that.
No. Go ahead.
I'm just kidding, Andy.
It's your turn, Alex. Go ahead with it.
All right, let's take it away, Alex.
We've been waiting on it.
We've been waiting for it.
Fallen Order is a really good game.
Yep, I already said that. What's your answer?
No idea. This is so tough. I really don't know.
Well, hey, bud, how about you
straight
just
up single player game?
Yep.
Lawnmower Simulator. Just kidding.
Lawn mowing simulator.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Okay.
He would say that too.
Well, how about you just talk about the game that you've been playing for like a month now and talk about the single player aspect of 2K the show?
All right. We're going to do that. Two-parter right here. Okay.
All right.
I'm a sucker for a good, hard, challenging game. I'm the guy who thinks he is a good gamer, and he's going to drop big money on a hard game, and he's going to get really upset with himself when he finds out he's not that good at the game because he thought he was. Thus, I buy Elden Ring. Okay. Love the game. Game is incredible. The graphics are good. The character, how hard it is it's a grind. I want you to know, I opened a chest after I killed like 12 people. I opened a chest and it sucked me into the chest into another realm dimension where I was stuck. And everybody there was like level 45 and up. I was level 2. I had to sneak everywhere.
I'll never forget.
Dude, I'm like, I have to restart the game. Like, I can't finish the game. Like, I have to literally go all the way from the beginning and restart and go, don't open that chest.
I had gotten on a party chat with him about like, let's say a couple hours after that had happened. And I'm like, what do you think of Elden Ring? He's like, well, it was pretty good up until the point where I couldn't play it anymore. I'm like, what do you mean? He was detailing this situation out to me. And he's like, we need to find me a way out of this. So we spent another 45 minutes just looking up different ways, and we're like, well, here's the conclusion. You're just gonna have to start the game over. So that's what he did.
That's what I did.
Well, I hate that for you.
On the new game, there was some people like, help us over here in the lake. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to ride over there and help them out of the lake. This big dragon comes out of nowhere and kills everybody. Everybody. Like, as soon as you go to the lake, here comes the dragon over the cliff, just breathing fire down everybody. And I'm like, cool. Go back to checkpoint.
They were like,
don't go to that lake. Don't open the chest. We're going right, everybody.
They were like, come to the swimming party. And you're like, okay. And then you sit there and you're like, man, that tree's big. Hey, why is that tree moving? Why does that tree have wings? Why is the tree breathing fire?
The tree looks down at you and just says, I am fire. I am death.
Come on in, Smog. All right.
Oh my gosh.
I went immediately to YouTube and was like, help. YouTube, ever since then.
So after 2 hours of sifting through all the search results that came up from help, he found what he needed with Elden Ring. Just in case you were wondering.
Now we're on the right track. Do not go to that game and just go, I'm going to go have a good time, because you won't.
Because you
don't even get to explore the map. You won't. You will die.
Dang.
So, other than that, it's an awesome game. It's a grind.
Other than those 3 pages of disapprovals,
if you like a good hard game,
it's a great game.
Anyway, the game I play the most right now is the Show 22, and I play the online version, and I've been doing the single player collection grind, which is like where you try to collect all the players in the game, and then once you get that, you collect another section where you unlock like legends and like finest cards and fan voted favorite cards and stuff like that. And it's really tough. I just recently got the medium mimosa 99 overall signature card. I got that. I got the David Ortiz Prime 99 overall card. So I've been doing a lot to it. It's really fun. If you like unlocking stuff, making your own team and like using your own players, it's really cool. But there is a competitive side of the game, and once you get to that side, it's just like these people live and breathe this. Like this is all they do. Like I played one guy, he never missed a pitch that I pitched. Everything was hit, either out of the yard or it was a double. He was just really good.
So
yeah, I enjoy that game a lot too.
So I guess it's time we need to start thinking about this. But so when are we gonna start live game streaming?
I'm down, whatever. As long as I got to pay for it.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to buy a game or something, or
I got plenty of games.
Maybe we can.
I'm gonna stream Lawnmower Simulator.
Do it, man. There's plenty of people that love it,
bro. I'm gonna help people go to sleep.
Dang.
Oh, he's weedy.
He's gonna name his whole stream "Come and Sleep."
Come and sleep. Watch me cut grass.
Hey, but no, like for real though, like those, a lot of those simulators, for example, like one of them outside of Lawnmower is Power Wash Simulator.
Wash Simulator.
That one is so relaxing. I'm not even gonna lie, it is so relaxing.
I'm about to look that up.
You're gonna have to buy it.
Of course.
But yeah,
nothing's free ever.
Nothing is free.
Only the monthly games.
Truth be told, I would really love to. I don't know. Like we all started this podcast with like something horror related, didn't we?
Yeah, we all
was the first
paranormal stories.
Yeah, that was the first episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, you wasn't there for that one though.
No, I wasn't, but it was on like Ghost Stories and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Sure was.
So it's only right to start the live game streaming between us with like something like Phasmophobia or something.
I would love that.
I would love to play
That's so
Phasmophobia. I've wanted to play it for years, but it's not available on
Console.
freaking Mac. No, this would be a computer game. This would be a total.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be.
not a
It's gonna have to be
console
PC. Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll go buy a computer, I guess. All my money.
Okay. Andy,
Alex took zero convincing. This man said, "All right, I'm ready to spend the money."
If I
okay.
get this promotion,
Okay.
I will get a computer system.
Oh, I'm gonna.
That's the fastest I've ever seen this man spend money, except for when we went to go buy him a new speaker set.
Bro,
I was like, I'll take that and that. $2,000 later.
I was like,
He's
bro, I
not
just spent
joking.
$2,000.
Andy is not joking.
Right. We walked out of there and we were each carrying something. And I was like, I'm going to throw up.
Dude, we stayed up. I don't think we ever went to bed till like 7 or 8 the next morning. We stayed up all night putting that thing. in.
I left. Y'all
You
were at the
did
car
leave.
wash
You
until
did leave.
sun up. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this is dumb.
Dude, it come a whole thunderstorm under that car wash while we was putting it in.
We experienced life, death, and all 4 seasons under that dang car wash.
Bro, rain's just pouring, thunder's just coming, cracking, and I'm just like, I know, God.
Dude,
I'm
me
sorry.
and
I said I spent $2,000
daggum-
on that sounds just.
That radio mount, man. Me and Patrick spent a whole 4 hours on trying to put it together, and then lo and behold, literally all it did was it just snapped in. And I was so mad.
Bro,
It just snapped
I remember
together.
I was just like 2 hours into it. Like, y'all got this thing in yet? What's up?
Nope.
Like, that doesn't help. No? Okay, good.
Here is the best part of that night, though, is when before we even leave to go buy the set, and we're looking up good systems to buy, and Patrick finds one. He's like, "Oh, this is a good one." And then we look in the user reviews, and then someone had said, "Man, this thing don't even turn on." And so the whole night we were like, man, let's hope we don't buy one that don't turn on. And then when we got it all put in and went to go turn it on, we're all like, this thing won't even turn on. Something had been wrong with the wiring or something that had to be fixed. Not we, I didn't do it, but y'all did.
A memory that dealt with that stereo system that we put in. We had all graduated except for me, and
actually, I don't think any of us graduated from Bethel. None of us
actually,
here graduated.
yeah, you're right.
Oh, Alex did get a degree. He did get a degree.
Yeah.
The rest of us did not.
So okay, let me
I
rephrase
had
that.
great intentions, and COVID said, "Screw your intentions."
Yeah, so let me rephrase that. So we had all left Bethel, right, for probably I'd say maybe 2 years. Well, I get a call from Alex one day, and he's like, "Bro, you're never gonna believe what happened." I was like, "What? Are you okay?" Like, he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine, but my radio ain't." I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Bro, I got struck by lightning, and it blew my whole radio out." He fried my whole radio.
You fried my alternator, my radio. I couldn't even damn, bro.
Of all the things in the world, this man calls. Yo, I got struck by lightning. I'm like, how are you calling me then?
My truck, I was in it when it got struck. It really saved my life. But my radio.
Oh my gosh.
Just so
I
we're
will never
clear,
forget that.
the odds of being struck by lightning in a given year are only around 1 in 500,000.
I almost went and bought another lottery ticket.
Oh my god!
You open the counter, they're like, "You feeling lucky today?" Yeah, I just got struck by lightning, so I feel pretty good about that.
I tell you what it was. It was probably because your car was surging. It was like, whoa, whoa.
Had to be.
I was like, I got my phone plugged in, my tablet plugged in, my MacBook plugged. I got my PlayStation and TV plugged in. I'm living in my truck. I don't know why I got struck by lightning.
I lost everything.
You bring that into Best Buy, it's like, hey, is this covered by warranty? And they're like, what happened? It's like, well, my car got struck by lightning and then my TV's fried. You're like, I don't see how those are related.
I could hear him now. I could this is definitely a story that we would all hear come out of Alex's mouth, like just walking up into Best Buy and be like, hey, so this radio don't work no more, and the warranty don't say anything about getting struck by lightning. I was just wondering, is that covered?
And he would get frustrated when they're like, no. They'd be like, well, I don't think so. And then he's going to be like, what are your job to think? It's your job to give me my money.
Dude.
I'm dead.
If it will happen, it will happen to me.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Do what? What'd you say?
It can happen to anybody. It will happen to me, and you can take that.
If it's gonna happen to anybody, it's gonna happen to Alec. Oh my
Actually, I think it's Nick's turn to give a recommendation. So, Nick, what do you have for us, bud?
I recommend making sure your warranty says that it's covered by lightning. So,
make sure the acts of God are under that.
Yeah. God, what am I going to recommend this week?
How about a certain movie?
Yeah, so where the Crawdads sing, go buy your ticket to go see it. It's really good. It's really good. It's
not that
kind
way.
It's kind of a chick flick, but it's great.
That'll work.
While you're at it, being that it's been out since like mid-June, you should go watch The Black Phone. And I think it'll be very, very beneficial to you to do that, because next week we are going to be reviewing that, since all four of us have now seen it. So we're going to do like a short format review, tell you all about the plot. Spoiler-filled episode, but you have had plenty of time to see it. So y'all be looking forward to that.
Yeah, yep. Absolutely. Well, I guess that's going to do it for us. So on behalf of the Back 40, I am Nick.
I'm Andy.
I am Dayton.
And there's Alex.
Hey, and that'll do us.
We'll see you guys next time.
Be good people.
What's up, guys? Nick here from the Back 40 Podcast. Don't forget to go follow us on our Facebook page, the Back 40 Podcast, and give us a follow on our Instagram page at the Back 40 Official. We also have a YouTube channel called the Back 40 Podcast. Subscribe and hit that bell so that you get notified when a new episode gets uploaded. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you on the next episode of the Back 40.